Everybody, happy Thursday to you. I'm Chief Meteorologist Trevor Birchett with ABC24 here in Memphis. Wanted to hop on our live stream for a little bit and talk about some changes to the weather forecast and what you might be able to expect as we roll into the weekend. Now, this is our secondary severe weather season. A lot of people think about spring when the weather gets rough, but we have a secondary peak of severe weather in the fall months, especially by November, December, even into the early winter. So we're going to have to watch for these cold fronts that come through, because any cold front at this point can now produce at least the potential of some strong to severe thunderstorms. We're seeing that this weekend with our first kind of fall cold front that's rolling in. We have the potential of some strong thunderstorms Saturday evening and especially for Saturday night. Heavy rain we're going to have to look out for, maybe some thunder, lightning, and a couple of these storms could be stronger. I'm not expecting a huge severe weather situation, but there's at least the chance of a few storms to be a little bit on the stronger side, and we're going to talk about what that looks like here in just a little bit. As far as today and tomorrow, things are beautiful. It has been very warm. Our average high, 75. We're blowing that out of the water the next couple of days. We'll get to 86 on Friday. We will start to see more clouds move in ahead of the storm system, but Friday and Friday night will be completely dry. Even most of Saturday looks dry. So if you have plans Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, I would not worry about this rain chance. This is going to be late Saturday evening and Saturday night, really after dinner time and after sunset. So if you're a late night person, that's when you could run into some thunderstorms, but most of Saturday looks dry. And then look what happens Sunday. That's how you know it's a strong cold front. We get that big drop in temperature, high of 70 on Sunday. That means most of the day will be in the 60s, and we will enjoy beautiful sunshine. Sunday is going to be a lovely day, but we do have to get through this chance of some thunderstorms Saturday first. And again, some could be stronger. This is our severe weather threat outlook for Saturday, especially Saturday night. We do have that level 2 risk in eastern Arkansas, but we're expecting these storms to weaken the further east they go. They lose a lot of their momentum, so that risk drops a little bit for West Tennessee and North Mississippi. It's still there. It's a level 1 out of 5, but everybody is in the potential of some strong to severe thunderstorms. It's just a lower risk. Again, this is a level 1 to 2 out of 5. So this is not anything extremely serious, nothing we haven't seen before, but I do want to at least give you the heads up that some storms could be a little stronger. I'm going to be looking out for high wind gusts. I think that's going to be the biggest issue here. Most of us are going to see a good heavy thunderstorm, maybe a couple of quick wind gusts and some thunder and lightning. There could be a couple of thunderstorms that turn a little stronger. They could produce damaging wind gusts of 50 to 60 miles an hour and could be heavy enough to produce some quick flooding on the roadways. Should go away pretty quickly. Hail threat and tornado threat, pretty low this time around. But again, it is our secondary severe weather season, so I can't completely rule those out. But I do think the tornado threat and the hail threat, they're going to be pretty low this time around. Here's the hour by hour as you're planning out your Saturday. We'll start off dry. Saturday, 6 a.m. looks great, and we'll roll this all the way through 3 o'clock. So this is now Saturday afternoon. Still not much on the radar. This is going to be closer to dinner time. We start to see these thunderstorms roll in from Arkansas. So that's 6 p.m. into 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. We'll see those storms into eastern Arkansas, and I think they'll be crossing the river by 9:30, 10 o'clock Saturday night into Memphis, West Tennessee, and North Mississippi. Still some storms hanging on through midnight, still seeing the rain showers, maybe a couple of heavier thunderstorms through midnight. But things really start to clear out in the early morning hours of Sunday. You see those storms starting to move out. There could be a few showers early Sunday morning by 6 or 7 a.m., but by 9 o'clock Sunday, that radar is clear. Sunshine comes out, and we're going to have a very nice day on Sunday. Storm energy, it's not incredible. There is definitely a little juice for these storms to work with, but again, it's nothing off the charts that we would be overly concerned about. This storm energy could allow 1 or 2 storms to produce a quick high wind gust, but I'm not overly concerned about this storm system. Still something to watch, and again, with those gusty winds, we can still see stuff knocked around a little bit, but this is just not that incredibly impressive severe weather threat. So that is our first cold front we're tracking. Again, that comes in on Saturday. It's going to bring in that line of showers and storms, and then it clears us out Sunday. It's going to knock our temperature down. Going to be a lot cooler for Sunday. But just like that, here comes another cold front. This one's going to be Tuesday. This one has a much lower rain chance. There might be a quick shower somewhere Tuesday, but I do not expect thunderstorms Tuesday. The biggest thing with this is going to be a drop in temperature. We're going to see a bigger drop in temperature by the end of the week. So a couple of rain chances here. Saturday evening and Saturday night, a pretty good chance of storms. And then maybe a quick shower on Tuesday, although I'm not overly concerned about that rain chance. I think it's just going to be a few light sprinkles. You add all that up, though, we're looking at 1 to 2 inches of rain. Maybe even a little more than that, depending on where you are. I think most of us end up with about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. Of course, we're still in the drought situation, so we'll take the rain. But of course, the farmers are also trying to get everything they can out of the ground as we get into harvest. So those farmers are working triple time right now. They really don't need the rain at this point. They needed the rain a couple of months ago. At this point, it's kind of all said and done. What they have is what they're going to have. They're trying to get it all out of the ground. So the overall drought situation will be helped by the rain, but the farmers really need some dry weather at this point. Our dew point's been pretty low. That's kept the humidity really not even noticeable. We do get a little more humidity Saturday. Notice that peak on Saturday as that cold front comes in. We get a little more juice, a little more mugginess for those thunderstorms to work with, and then a big drop in the dew point through next week. That means it's going to be very dry. The air is going to be dry. You might need a little extra chapstick or a little extra lotion if you're like me, but that's also going to lower our rain chances. That's why our next cold front Tuesday is really not going to produce much of any rain because the dew point is so low. The humidity is so low, there just really isn't a lot of moisture to work with. Drought monitor, still a severe drought for parts of the Mid-South. So again, we do need a little more rain. We'll get it, especially in North Mississippi. But in general, still looking at a pretty dry, once you look at the last couple of months, overall, still pretty dry. Fall foliage outlook, not much of an update, just a little bit of a change in fall color. Really not until November until we would expect our peak. But again, I don't expect a lot of great fall foliage this year because it's been hot and dry. That is a recipe for a bad fall foliage season. We need cool nights and slightly wet weather for a good, bright fall foliage. We don't have either one of those things. And in fact, when it's been as warm as it has, those leaves can drop too early. So instead of going from green to yellow to red to orange to brown and then dropping, we get a skip from green to brown and then they drop. So we lose a lot of that fall color because it's been so warm and so dry. So we'll see how much fall color we get, but as warm and dry as it's been, we might not get a lot of great fall color this year. Temperatures, even in the long range, still likely a little above average. Yes, we have this cold front coming in, but I think in general we'll be slightly above average through the end of the month. I do want to remind you, for the latest weather updates and information, you can continue to stream us on ABC24 Plus. That's our streaming app on your smart TV, Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, Samsung at this point. You can find us there. Just like you would download Netflix or Hulu, you can download our app. So just search ABC24. You can find us there. We have live streaming weather coverage. And of course, if the weather does turn bad, we'll be streaming there with updates and information. But for now, pretty quiet for the next couple of days. We will see a mix of sun and clouds for tomorrow. A couple of more clouds Friday, but still dry. Very warm, high of 86. We'll get to 86 on Saturday as well. First part of the day looks fine. I'd say through at least dinner time, Saturday looks okay. So if you have any plans, go ahead and get it done early in the day. These storms will start to approach by dinner time, and they'll continue into the overnight hours. We do have that weather impact alert, and that's just our way of giving you an extra heads up that storms could be a little bit stronger. Heavy rain, high wind gusts would be the biggest concern. So you'll probably want to secure any outdoor objects that could blow around. And again, if you do have plans late Saturday night, be aware that those could be rained out if you're outside. Sunday, back to sunshine, dry weather, high of only 70, a lot cooler on Sunday. Monday looks good, sunshine and 75. And then we have that second cold front on Tuesday. That brings in a slight chance of a couple of showers. Many of us, though, stay dry as that cold front comes in. Remember, the humidity is so low, so we really don't have enough moisture to produce rain. There could be a shower or two Tuesday, though. But notice our temperature. Tuesday night, 49 degrees, and that's in Memphis. A lot of other spots will be in the low to mid 40s, so I hear a lot of heaters already kicking on. 69 sunshine Wednesday, will stay at 70 on Thursday, so it does look a little more like fall next week. Temperatures around 70, lows in the 40s and 50s, but again, it does look like temperatures could trend up a little bit more as we get into the next couple of weeks and the end of October. So again, keep updated right here on ABC24. Again, we've got the chance of storms Saturday evening and Saturday night. I'll be here with you, keeping an eye on that, and we'll have continuous updates on ABC24 and ABC24 Plus as the situation warrants. For now, thanks for joining us. Have a great Thursday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Trevor Birchett.